Welcome to the journey of exploring iron wills that have conquered every limit of fate. In today's video, we will meet people who not only overcome adversity, but also redefine the concept of extraordinariness. If you feel these stories give you motivation, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment sharing which character moved you the most. Let's get started. Anton Kraft is a famous weightlifter with a height of only 1.32 meters due to dwarfism, but he possesses incredible strength as he is able to lift weights many times his own body weight. He is known as the strongest man in the world relative to his size. However, what drew even more attention worldwide is his love that goes beyond all norms with China, a transgender woman standing as tall as 1.90 meters. The difference of this couple lies in their confidence and courage in publicly expressing their relationship in the face of strict social prejudices. Despite their height difference and unique physical characteristics, they have built a love based on deep understanding and mutual support in their careers. China has always been a strong emotional support, encouraging Anton in his attempts to break world records, proving that true love has no barriers or standard size. The life of Anton in China is a powerful affirmation of every individual's right to love and be happy, no matter how different they are. Together, they spread a message of inclusion and compassion, encouraging people to value the true worth of the soul rather than judging by appearance. Their story reminds us that when two souls are in harmony, all physical distance or social prejudice becomes meaningless in the face of the power of sincerity. Ladan and Lale Bijani are famous Iranian conjoined twins who spent their lives fighting for the desire to live as two independent individuals. Although physically joined at the head and sharing some cerebral blood vessels, they had two completely different personalities. Ladan wanted to become a lawyer, while Lale aspired to pursue journalism. The differences in their lives were a series of compassionate compromises in order to coexist and pursue their educational dreams together. After many decades of living in a single body, they made a bold and world-shocking decision in 2003 to undergo a highly risky separation surgery. Although they knew the chances of survival were extremely slim, both remained steadfast in their choice, due to their desire to look directly into each other's face, even if only once. Their story is not only about medicine, but also an epic of the aspiration for freedom and respect for each individual's identity. Although both passed away after the historic surgery, the legacy left by Ladan and Lale Bijani is a profound message about the value of independence. They taught the world about the courage to risk safety in order to find one's true self. The lives of the Bijani sisters remind us that every individual has a distinct soul that deserves respect, and that sometimes the desire to live as oneself is greater than the fear of death. Callie Truelove has Williams syndrome, a rare genetic condition that gives her a very special heart, always full of love and absolute trust in others. Although this syndrome comes with cardiovascular health risks and cognitive limitations, Callie possesses a miraculous superpower, the ability to spread happiness and erase all distance with strangers through a sincere hug. The difference in Callie's life lies in the fact that she does not know suspicion or hatred. To her, the world is made up only of people she has yet to meet. Callie always appears with a radiant smile and a pure, innocent nature, reminding us of simple values that have been forgotten in the modern world. She teaches people how to open their hearts, how to listen, and how to love unconditionally, turning her differences into a gift that connects the community. Callie Truelove's journey is a vivid testament to how difference can sometimes be a kind of strength that makes the world a better place. Her story has touched the hearts of millions, encouraging us to live more compassionately and with greater tolerance. Callie is not only a girl with a rare syndrome. She is a messenger of love, reminding humanity that sometimes the heart is the most accurate guide to finding joy and peace in life. Mamie Rose is also a girl with Williams syndrome, which makes her a symbol of optimism and pure kindness. Like others with this condition, Mamie has an intense capacity for empathy and a deep love for music, where she can freely express her soul. Mamie's difference lies in the power of joy. She can make those around her feel comforted and encouraged simply through her positively uplifting presence. Despite facing many difficulties in learning and daily life, Mamie never considers them a source of sadness. She enjoys life fully through music and sincere conversations with anyone she meets. Mamie's life affirms that a person's value does not lie in intelligence scores or physical abilities, but in the capacity to bring light and hope to others through selfless kindness. Mamie Rose's story helps us redefine perfection in the soul. She teaches us that an open heart can make up for any cognitive or physical limitations. Mamie stands there radiant amid life's challenges, reminding the world to reduce judgment and increase understanding. She is an inspiration for a life of kindness, proving that love is the most beautiful universal language capable of connecting all souls together. Marla Runyon was diagnosed with Stargardt disease at the age of 9, a condition that gradually took away her central vision, leaving only faint peripheral light. However, the darkness creeping into her sight could not extinguish her passion for sports. Marla chose the running track as her place to prove herself, using her strong legs and steady breathing to navigate through silence and space, turning every meter of the race into a fierce battle against fate. Oksana Masters was born in Ukraine with severe birth defects resulting from the Chernobyl nuclear disaster, leaving her with incomplete hands and ultimately requiring the amputation of both legs. After being adopted by an American family, she embarked on a journey to transform her physical pain into a brilliant athletic career. What sets Oksana apart is her extraordinary adaptability. She didn't limit herself to a single sport, but conquered both summer and winter sports. Her journey is amassed a vast collection of Paralympic medals in rowing, cycling, cross-country skiing, and biathlon. Oksana has proven that disability is not a barrier, but a challenge that allows her to discover the hidden strength of her body and will. Each time she stands on the podium, she represents not only sporting glory, but also the miraculous rebirth of a child who was once abandoned, affirming that a painful starting point cannot determine a person's destination. Now, Oksana Masters is a symbol of perseverance and an inspiration to millions for self-love in overcoming disabilities. She uses her story to raise awareness about the consequences of radiation and to support children with disabilities in finding confidence through sports. For Oksana, her prosthetic legs and unique hands are the wings that allow her to soar, reminding us that with enough determination, people can transform adversity into a brilliant and proud journey. Ralph Braun was a visionary innovator who transformed mobility for the disabled by turning his battle with muscular dystrophy into a revolution in assistive technology. Refusing to live a life of dependence, he invented the first motorized wheelchair and accessible vans, founding Braunability to help millions regain their independence. His life stands as a powerful testament to self-reliance and perseverance, proving that the most impactful solutions often emerge from personal hardships, ensuring a world where no one is left behind. Marlee Matlin is a living legend of world cinema, who broke through the barrier of silence to become the only deaf actress in history to win the Academy Award for Best Actress. Having lost almost all of her hearing at just 18 months old, she did not see silence as an obstacle, but transformed it into a powerful expressive language. Marlee's difference lies in her courage to step into an industry that traditionally worships sound, affirming that true talent resides in the eyes and the soul. Her journey to conquering Hollywood began brilliantly, with a striking and haunting debut role. Standing on the Oscar stage at just 21 years old, Marlee Matlin used sign language to deliver a message of equality, forcing the world to reconsider the limitless potential of people with disabilities. She did not only portray deaf characters, but also took on a wide range of roles in major television series, proving that a true artist can command every frame through subtle expression and body language. The life of Marlee Matlin is not only confined to art, but is also a tireless journey of advocacy for the rights of the global deaf community. She actively promotes the use of subtitles and fair representation of people with disabilities in media, turning her fame into a powerful tool for social change. Marlee has redefined the concept of communication, reminding us that the deepest understanding sometimes requires no sound, and that every barrier can be broken through confidence. Beyond her acting career, Marlee Matlin has also shared candidly about the hidden struggles and extraordinary efforts required to exist in a hearing world through her memoirs. She does not shy away from confronting prejudice or skepticism, turning each challenge into a stepping stone to rise higher. Marlee proves that an innate difference is not a flaw to be hidden, but a unique trait to be proud of, allowing her to create a profound influence and change the way millions of people think about compassion. Marlee Matlin continues to shine today and remains an endless source of inspiration for young artists with disabilities around the world. She stands as a living testament that iron will can help people overcome all darkness and silence to compose the most radiant symphony of their lives. Her story reminds us never let anyone define your limits. Keep burning brightly and shining in your own unique way, because true value lies in one's identity and inner resilience. Shaquem Griffin made an almost unbelievable chapter in sports history by becoming the first one-handed player to compete in the NFL, the most physically demanding American football league in the world. Having lost his left hand at the age of 4, due to a congenital condition, he never allowed it to become an excuse to hold him back. What sets Shakem apart is his strong mindset. He rejected special treatment or sympathy, instead choosing to work twice as hard to turn his only perceived weakness into fuel for proving his true ability on the field. Shakem Griffin's path into professional sports is a battle against every stereotype about physical ability. He shocked the world with extraordinary combine performances while using a prosthetic setup from weight training to sprint drills at remarkable speed. He proved that at the highest level of competition, sharp instincts and an unbreakable will can compensate for physical differences, allowing him to compete on equal footing with some of the biggest and strongest athletes in the world. Shakem Griffin's life is a powerful statement that the only limits that exist are the ones we set for ourselves. Although he has ended his playing career, his story remains an endless source of inspiration about perseverance and self-belief. He leaves behind not only achievements in sports, but also a symbol of resilience in the face of adversity, reminding everyone that anyone can shine brightly if they dare to be different and never surrender to fate. Adrienne Hazlitt is a radiant symbol of resilience who transformed the pain from the Boston Marathon bombing tragedy into a journey of artistic rebirth. After losing her left leg, she refused to let adversity define her and chose to face reality with the mindset of a warrior. What sets Adrienne apart is her iron determination. She does not see her disability as the end of her passion, but as the beginning of a new dance that is both challenging and proud. To return to the stage, she underwent an intense and grueling training process with a prosthetic leg specially designed for dancers. Controlling a mechanical device to perform fluid techniques which require a refined sense of body awareness is an extraordinary feat of willpower. The image of Adrienne confidently striding and gracefully turning on stage is not only art, but also a powerful declaration of humanity's limitless ability to adapt in the face of seemingly insurmountable physical barriers. Her life now is an inspiring journey that redefines beauty through imperfection. Adrienne does not hide her disability, but turns it into a radiant part of her identity, proving that true wholeness lies in a fierce desire to live. By returning to both dance and running, she sends a message to the world that every scar can become proof of resilience, helping us stand firm and shine brighter after life's greatest storms. Beyond the runway, Adrienne has also become an active advocate fighting for the rights and visibility of the disabled community and society. She uses her voice to spread a message of empathy, encouraging people to value others based on effort and spirit rather than outward disabilities. Adrienne proves that a tragedy may change one's physical form, but only we ourselves have the power to decide whether it changes our will and our desire to live. Her perseverance is a reminder that no limit is permanent when a person holds a strong belief in themselves. Adrienne stands there proud on her prosthetic legs, proving that the most radiant beauty often grows from the most painful fragments. Her story not only inspires people with disabilities, but also everyone facing challenges, reminding them to always hold on to their own dance and never give up on shining. Bethany Hamilton is a symbol of courage and an unbreakable spirit in the face of adversity. At the age of 13, while surfing in Hawaii, she was attacked by a tiger shark, losing her left arm and 60% of her blood. What makes Bethany extraordinary is her refusal to let fear of the ocean or physical limitations stop her passion. Just 1 month after the tragedy, she returned to the water, proving that human willpower can be stronger than any pain. Bethany Hamilton underwent intense training in order to surf with only one arm, working tirelessly to regain balance on the board. She transformed what seemed like impossible barriers into a unique, powerful, and determined competitive style. Her victories in professional competitions and her ability to compete equally with top able-bodied athletes became a remarkable achievement, fundamentally changing the way the extreme sports world views human limits. Bethany Hamilton's life is now an endless source of inspiration for millions around the world through books and films about her journey. She is not only a great surfer, but also a messenger of faith, teaching us how to face life's violent waves with optimism. Her story affirms that scars are not symbols of failure, but proof of the miraculous power of resilience when we dare to confront and overcome adversity. Spencer West was born with a rare genetic disorder that prevented his legs from developing properly, leading to the amputation of both legs at the pelvis when he was just 5 years old. Doctors once predicted that he would never be able to sit up or live an independent life. However, Spencer turned those predictions into motivation to prove the power of will. He learned to move using his hands and relied on a wheelchair as a support tool, determined to build a life without barriers. Spencer West made global headlines in 2012 when he completed a journey to summit Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest peak in Africa, largely using only his hands to move. Each step along the steep rocky terrain was an extraordinary effort, reflecting his determination to rise above adversity while raising funds for children in need. His image standing at the summit was not just a personal triumph, but a powerful statement that human beings can reach the highest peaks with enough faith and perseverance. Spencer West is now a motivational speaker and well-known social activist, often appearing with a signature sense of optimism and humor. He uses his story to spread messages of inclusion, encouraging people to see their self-worth beyond physical limitations. For Spencer, life is a series of opportunities to redefine boundaries, and he has proven that an incomplete body can still create a complete and radiant journey. Perseverance. Mamie Rose's story helps us redefine perfection in the soul. She teaches us that an open heart can make up for any cognitive or physical limitations. Mamie stands there radiant amid life's challenges, reminding the world to reduce judgment and increase understanding. She is an inspiration for a life of kindness, proving that love is the most beautiful universal language capable of connecting all souls together. Marla Runyon was diagnosed. Lauren Wasser chose not to hide her disability, instead turning her gold-plated prosthetic legs into a unique personal signature on international fashion runways. What defines her difference is the pride and courage with which she walks at major fashion weeks, proving that the brutality of fate cannot extinguish the presence of a supermodel's spirit. She has challenged rigid beauty standards in the fashion industry, affirming that scars and prosthetics can stand as symbols of strength and bravery. Lauren Wasser's life today carries the mission of an active advocate, continuously raising awareness about toxic shock syndrome to protect women around the world. She inspires not only through high-end fashion imagery, but also through a resilient spirit that transforms adversity into a platform for even greater brilliance. Lauren reminds us that true beauty does not lie in physical perfection, but in the will to rise and the desire to live a meaningful life. Paola Antonini was a young and passionate model before a devastating car accident on Christmas Eve in 2014 permanently changed her life. Despite the doctor's best efforts, she was still forced to have her left leg amputated to save her life. Instead of falling into despair or hiding her disability, Paola chose to face reality with a radiant smile, turning her metal prosthetic leg into a proud fashion accessory and a symbol of vibrant rebirth. The biggest difference in Paola is her boundless optimism as she continues pursuing her modeling career and taking part in adventurous sports just as she did before. She is not afraid to wear bikinis or short dresses that reveal her prosthetic leg on her social media accounts with millions of followers in order to affirm that true beauty is not limited by a perfect body. Every step she takes on the runway or in life carries a powerful message about loving and valuing oneself in any circumstance. Now, Paola Antonini has become an endless source of inspiration for the global disabled community and a voice representing diverse beauty. She uses her influence to change society's perception of people with disabilities, encouraging them to confidently step out of their comfort zones and fully embrace life. Paola's story reminds us that adversity may take away part of the body, but it can never extinguish the light of a soul that is always filled with love for life. In addition to her modeling career, Paola is also actively involved in charitable projects, helping people in similar circumstances regain their faith in life. She proves that a prosthetic leg is not a flaw to be hidden, but a testament to survival and courage. Through her travels and speaking engagements, she spreads positive energy, helping to erase boundaries and stereotypes about beauty that are deeply rooted in the minds of many people in modern society. Paola's journey is a powerful affirmation that happiness is in each person's hands and defined by ourselves. She does not let a painful past hold her back, but instead uses it as a launchpad to reach new and brighter heights. Paola stands there proud and confident, reminding the world that each of us is perfect in our own way. As long as we hold on to faith and a desire to contribute, anyone can turn the broken pieces of fate into a vibrant, colorful symphony. Chelsea Hill was a promising dancer before a car accident at age 17 left her paralyzed from the waist down. Unwilling to leave the dance floor behind, she made the determined choice to adapt and continue pursuing her passion using a wheelchair. What sets Chelsea apart is the moment she realized that dance is not defined by the legs, but by the heartbeat and the fluid expression of the soul. Chelsea Hill went on to found Rolettes, a professional wheelchair dance team that created an artistic space for women with similar experiences. On stage, she transforms the wheelchair into an integral part of her performance, delivering movements that are both powerful and feminine. She has shattered the stereotype that wheelchair users cannot dance professionally, establishing herself as a true artist in the entertainment industry. Chelsea Hill's life today is an inspiring journey of confidence and pride. She not only teaches dance but also helps women with disabilities rediscover their identity and joy for life. Chelsea proves that a devastating accident may take away the ability to walk, but it can never extinguish the desire to shine. She stands there radiant and powerful, reminding us to always turn adversity into a stage for expressing inner strength. Libby Clegg is one of Great Britain's most accomplished Paralympic sprinters who has battled Stargardt disease since childhood. Although her vision deteriorated to the point where she could only see blurred shapes, she never allowed darkness to slow her down on the track. What makes Libby unique is her courage to sprint forward at remarkable speed, relying entirely on a guiding tether and absolute trust in her guide runner. Libby Clegg's performance in the 100-meter and 200-meter events showcases a seamless coordination with her guide runner moving almost as one unified athlete. Her powerful, decisive strides have earned her multiple gold medals at the Paralympic Games and World Championships. She has proven that visual impairment cannot prevent someone from reaching the highest levels of elite sport as long as they possess perseverance and an unbreakable warrior spirit. Outside the stadium, Libby is also a symbol of perseverance when participating in dancing on ice, where she performs figure skating routines despite not being able to clearly see the ice. She uses her story to encourage the visually impaired community to step forward and explore their limits. Libby has redefined the concept of vision, affirming that we can see glory and happiness through willpower and aspiration, even though our eyes may no longer see light. Stacy Keach is a veteran Hollywood actor who was born with a congenital cleft lip and palate. In an era when a perfect appearance was a passport in the film capital, this imperfection once became a major barrier that led him to undergo many surgeries and face scrutinizing look. However, Stacy's difference lies in the fact that he chose to use his talent and his distinctive, deep, warm voice to win over audiences instead of hiding his scars. In his illustrious career, Stacy Keach has portrayed a wide range of iconic roles from Shakespearean theater to major film and television productions. He has proven that a dignified presence and the ability to express deep inner emotion are what truly make a star. Stacy has not only succeeded as an actor, but has also become one of the leading voice actors, affirming that every unique feature of one's face or voice can become a distinctive strength. Now, Stacy Keach is a major source of inspiration for organizations supporting children with craniofacial conditions around the world. He actively shares his story to help young children overcome their insecurities and confidently pursue their artistic dreams. His life is proof that a congenital condition cannot define your future, and when you dare to live fully for your passion, scars become evidence of courage and success. Tilly Lockey faced tragedy at just 15 months old when a severe case of meningitis took both of her hands in order to save her life. Growing up in a world of rigid, lifeless prosthetics, Tilly spent years struggling with insecurity as she realized how different she was from her peers. However, instead of surrendering to fate, she chose to become an ambassador of the future, working with scientists to develop bionic hands that are not only highly dexterous, but also aesthetically advanced. With her superhero hands intricately designed and sparkling like something out of a fantasy film, Tilly no longer hides her difference but proudly presents it as a symbol of empowerment. She has become a well-known model and speaker, walking on major stages and appearing before the camera with the presence of a true warrior. Tilly has shown that technology does not only compensate for physical loss, but can also elevate human beauty to a new level where difference becomes an endless source of inspiration. Tilly Lockey's journey is proof that we can take control of our destiny through creativity and courage. She teaches us that every scar or loss can become the beginning of something extraordinary if we choose to embrace it with an innovative mindset. Tilly does not need flesh and blood hands to experience life. She uses her warm heart and sharp mind to connect with the world. She stands there radiant with her metal hands, reminding us that the future belongs to those who dare to turn pain into strength and shine in their own unique way. Kanya Sesar was abandoned on the steps of a temple in Thailand at birth without any legs. Fortunately, she was adopted by an American family and grew up with a strong sense of independence and freedom, refusing to see a wheelchair as her only option. Instead of staying still, Kanya trained her powerful upper body to become her legs, allowing her to climb, surf, and master skateboarding. She does not seek pity, but instead wants the world to admire her extraordinary physical strength and willpower. Kanya Sesar's breakthrough came when she entered the lingerie modeling industry, a field known for its extremely strict physical standards. With the slogan, "No legs, no limits," she confidently showcased her body in front of the camera, challenging traditional norms of attractiveness. Kanya proved that true sensual beauty comes from inner confidence and pride. She became the face of major brands, breaking down barriers between disability and professional modeling with her uniquely distinctive appeal. Kanya Sesar's journey is a powerful affirmation of the value of independence. She is not only a model, but also a wheelchair racer and a fearless stunt performer. Kanya teaches us that fate may take away one's legs, but it cannot stop us from going anywhere if we have enough determination. She stands there radiant and powerful, reminding the world that happiness belongs to those who dare to love themselves and turn the impossible into the most brilliant reality. The stories we have just explored are a vivid testament that adversity is not a bottomless pit, but a stepping stone for people to rise higher. Whether facing the loss of limbs, vision, or congenital conditions, these extraordinary individuals have proven that the power of will is always greater than any physical barrier. They not only live for themselves, but also become beacons illuminating the path for millions who are struggling, reminding us that every scar is a medal of courage. Which of these journeys touched your heart the most? Leave a comment sharing the person you admire so we can discuss it together. If you find this video meaningful, don't forget to like and share to spread this positive energy to your friends. And most importantly, please subscribe so you don't miss our next inspiring stories. Your support is the motivation for us to continue honoring extraordinary values in life.